What's up, guys? My name is Khan, and we're back today with more Scrap Mechanics Survival, and today we're back in the solo world, except I'm not really doing any grinding today. I've actually been really enjoying the co-op survival series with Cosmo, and what I want to use my solo world for is simply for trying out different experiments. And you'll see here I've taken the flyer apart. I have all the thrusters now, and the main reason is I want to try an experiment today which I think is going to be rather interesting. And what I want to try and do is see if it's possible to make a flyer that theoretically never has to touch the ground. Now, this is actually something that my brother and Cosmo and myself were all talking about, and I brought it up with Scrapman as well. And basically the thought is this: if you have a flyer and you have a suction cup on it, could you theoretically put a craft bot on the flyer and have enough thrust so that the craft bot can craft fuel faster than you're consuming the fuel? So your flyer could come over to an oil patch, hover above the oil patch, suck up oil without touching the ground, craft the oil into fuel, fuel itself up, and then fly on to the next oil patch and repeat the process. So that's the theory, if it's possible. I don't personally think it's possible. I think the craft bot's too heavy, and I think by the time you get all the systems that you need to make a proper flyer, it's just not gonna work. That's my thought. So what I wanna do today is just test and see if it's theoretically possible. We're not actually gonna build a flyer today that can do this, but I'm going to put the flyer up on suspension. So we're gonna have a suspension system, and we'll test with the weight of the craft bot and with these 4 thrusters here. And of course, we'll grab some fuel. Although we got a bunch of fuel there, we don't really need more fuel. Oh my goodness, there's so much gas. So the thought that I had and Scrapman had is that the craft bot itself is not gonna be able to craft fast enough to keep up with the fuel consumption of the thrusters. And I mean, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What's your prediction? Do you think that A, you could actually craft enough gas fast enough to keep the flyer up? Or B, do you think the flyer would eventually run out of gas and fall back to the ground? It's a really simple equation. It's whether or not we have enough thrust to lift the craft bot without actually, you know, consuming all the fuel that the craft bot's making. Now, the craft bot makes 5 fuel every 6 seconds, which I feel like is very fast. That seems like a lot of fuel. And of course, we do know from experimentation that we can easily have, I believe, 2 pumps keep up with that. We might even be able to do it with 1 pump, although I'm pretty sure we need 2. So we're gonna head over to the oil pond with these pieces. And I didn't bring any blocks. Okay, we're gonna head back to the base with these pieces. We're gonna get some blocks, and then we're gonna go to the oil pond. All right, we've made it to the oil pumping setup. It's still pumping gas, actually. How's it doing? Oh, it's pretty much empty. These are off. Perfect. But anyway, we're gonna just wait. It's nighttime, of course. It's always, like, the sun's always setting in Scrap Mechanic. I swear. It never is rising. It always sets. But anyway, we're just gonna wait till morning. And as soon as morning hits, we're gonna get going with this experiment. All right, the sun's coming back up, and actually perfect timing. I just got back from the base. I went to get more vertical tubes. I built a bunch because I figure we're probably gonna need vertical tubes. They actually aren't that expensive, but I didn't have anything here, so I just had to go get some stuff. And then I set up this really basic setup. So this is 4 suspension pieces, and of course the idea is pretty simple. If we grab one of our 4 thrusters, we're gonna make this platform fly, so to speak, by putting a thruster under the suspension. And ideally, you know, this can lift up and it could fly, right? So theoretically, that would be flying. And if we were to turn it off, it would fall back down. So now we just need to build a craft bot system on top of this. And this sort of gets rid of the whole fact that we would have to balance it and everything else. Now, if this works, I might try actually building a flyer that actually could do it. How big is this stupid craft bot? Like, where is it's like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my god, this thing's a monster. 8, 9, 10 blocks wide. And of course, it's probably got the most weird center of mass. But anyway, all right, let's just, let's put the lift here. And let's get on top of this and just drop this. We're gonna make this as little weight as possible, obviously, to give it the best chance of surviving. Okay. Right. Well, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make the suspension on both sides. Yeah, and we're gonna, okay. I guess I should have seen that coming. All right, perfect. So now we can put the craft bot on, and this should be fine. It's a little bit shorter, so we're not gonna have as much height, but again, it won't really matter. I don't think this is gonna work. I think the craft bot is so freaking heavy. I don't even know if 4 thrusters are gonna be able to lift it, but there we go. That is the craft bot setup. I guess for now, let's just put a thruster right under the craft bot. So we got 1 here. Let's put 2. One on either side. There's no way one does it. Let's try it with one. Let's crank it up to max, because ideally less thrusters, I think, is going to mean less fuel consumption. Like one thruster on max, I believe, consumes less than like 2 on half or something. I'm actually not sure about that. That's actually a really good question. Is 1 on max more fuel efficient than 2 on like half power? I don't really know. Well, either way, with a flyer, we would need a fuel tank. In this case, we can hook it up directly to the craft bot, because the craft bot is going to just craft out fuel. And then, of course, we would need an oil tank on the other side to pick up the oil. So let's just put that down as well. Perfect. And then we can start this guy crafting right away, just making some gas. Excellent. And let's wire this thruster into the fuel tank. So the fuel tank should start having gas fill in. Perfect. And it provides 1 to the thruster. And does this even go up? I mean, it looks like it wants to, but I don't think it is. I think it's just bouncing on the craft bot. Okay, so that's only a single thruster though. That's not bad. Let's try with 2. Is this even possible? 2 thrusters. 17 gas. You know what? It's probably going to be able to keep up with gas, honestly. But we don't have pumps on this yet. I will say, we don't have pumps, so we do have to add more weight. 2 thrusters is not enough. Oh my god, guys, the craft bot's going to be so heavy. Alright, well, we have 2 more thrusters. I mean, let's just go for broke here. Let's just spread them out a little bit more. That, like that. 4 thrusters. This, all on max. This has to be enough to lift it, right? Oh my god, that's not actually enough to lift it. Are you serious? Are you actually kidding me? Is that real? Is that real? It looks like it's almost lifting it. Oh my god, this doesn't even have pumps yet. Oh, okay. All right. We're gonna go get some more thrusters. We don't have thrusters, so I guess we're just gonna have to spawn in more thrusters somehow. All right, well, I guess I have to go edit my game files. I'll be back in a sec. I'm just gonna change, basically enable dev commands so we can type in, I think unlimited inventory is the word. But if I do it now, it's not gonna do, is it /unlimited? I'm pretty sure, yes, it's not gonna do anything. All right, I'll be back in a sec. All right, we're back in the world, and if I've done this right, I've enabled dev commands, so now we can just, there we go, unlimited inventory. Look at that, now we have the whole creative inventory. Isn't that wonderful? We've used this before for when we did some multiplayer Monday episodes in survival. But, you know, generally speaking, I don't like to do that. So I'm just going to place a bunch of thrusters here, though, all tier 5, just so we have them to work with. And then I'm going to go back to limited inventory, just so we can make sure that we're not screwing up anything. You know, the fuel consumption's still a real thing. This is still crafting. It's still got inventory there. When I'm done this episode, don't worry, guys. I do have a backup of my world. I will back it up again. There we go. We're going to do 4. Well, we did, you know what, let's do 3 on each side. That's 6 total. It's gotta be enough, right? Like, how heavy is the freaking craft bot? They basically made it so you can't fly with the craft bot. That's what they wanted, I think. They want to make sure that you don't use your craft bot to, like, you know, maneuver around the map. But, I mean, let's see. Maybe we can do it with 6. But the more thrusters we need, the less likely I feel this is gonna work. I think we're just gonna suck back all the fuel way faster than the craft bot can do it, but I mean, I don't really know. These are all level 5 thrusters. They are as efficient as possible. So let's just crank all these up to max, and let's see what happens. All right, so we've got 6 thrusters, all on max, and here we go. Oh, that's enough. Okay, hold on, that is enough. That's good, So 6 thrusters is in fact enough to lift it up, and we might actually be able to do it with 5. Now the question is, how many fuel pumps can we get away with? So we need a fuel pump, so let's hook 1 up. And we've got a bunch of those pieces. So here we go, perfect. And let's bring these down. Let's put these down a couple lengths. Let's do, you know what? Let's assume this is a survival ship. You know, you're not gonna be able to land right on the oil well. So let's say you have to have at least 3 of them, right? Because now if we go out of the water, that's still gonna be, look at how much heavier that is already. Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's say you need at least that much. So you'd have to come this close to the oil pond to refuel your ship. And that's only 1 pump. I don't know if 1 pump keeps up with the oil production. I don't remember. I had 2 before, which was definitely more than enough. But let's try 1 here. There we go. So when we turn this on, we'll have this also trigger on the same switch. Who cares? All right, and that's pumping oil in to this thing. All right, there we go. And this thing is burning gas like crazy. All right, so this is theoretically the whole setup. Now, if we remove one thruster, it's slowly gonna fall all the way down, is it? It really looks like it's going to. If it's at lowest power, it stops it from falling. And yeah, if it's at 1 above the lowest. All right, so we'll have that one at 1 above the lowest. That brings it back up. So it's technically, like, this is the minimum thrust you need for this setup, I'm pretty sure. And we're almost out of gas. All right, so let's see. Will it work? We're gaining oil. Set that on repeat. We're out of gas. Okay, well, hold on. Hold on a sec. Is it gonna get... It's gonna get back up. Let's give it a 10 gas booster. All right, craft gas. Got 10 still. 6, 5. 4, 9. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. I think it's burning it faster. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. I think it's burning it. I'm just gonna put a bunch in. I don't think it's enough. Is there, hold on, is there something we can do to make this? Is it even gonna keep up on the oil side of things? I don't know. The oil's like so, I don't think it's keeping up on either. Well, hold on. We don't need this large chest. Actually, that's not true. Do we need the large chest? Because the oil, what if we hook a pump straight up to that? Does it care? No, I just can't pump. Okay, well, hold on. We don't need that corner piece. We can use the chest as the corner piece. Oh, okay, there we go. Hold on. So we'll just do that. Put this chest like this. And then we'll just weld the pump mechanism straight onto the bottom of the chest. All right, get you crafting again. Out of gas already. Oh man, I don't know. I don't think this is gonna be possible. I really want it to be possible, but I just don't, I think the craft bot's too heavy. It's just out of gas. And then it gets a little boost. Starts to fly up. And then it's out of gas. Oh man. I'm missing something. I'm definitely missing something. There's gotta be something that I can do to make this better. I mean, at least, you know, at least I think Scrapman and I were right. It's not really possible. But, I mean, this is, it's kind of the most ridiculous flyer too. This has no controls, like no way of steering it. You need some suspension glitches or something to have it steer. You'd need a seat to actually control it. So that's more weight. And of course, if I put a seat on it, I guarantee you this is just gonna fall down. Like, let's just slap a seat on it. Yeah, like it's already pulling the suspension down. So that doesn't work. I don't know. I don't think you can do it. I think the craft bot itself is so heavy that it's actually impossible to make a vehicle that never touches the ground. At some point in time, you will have to land to refuel. You could make a flyer that lands and has a pump system that pumps up oil, and then you have a craft bot on board and you fill up these massive gas tanks because you need 6 thrusters to run a craft bot. So you could do that, but I don't think you can actually make a flyer on its own that just does this, because it seems no matter what, we're bleeding gas. And this is a max level craft bot. This is crafting level 5, so it produces 1 set of gas every 6 seconds. So that's 5 gas every 6 seconds. I think the oil keeps up. Maybe not. That was $3.99. Oh no, it keeps up because that time it went to 400, and now it's gonna go above 400 to 401. Yeah, for sure, 402. So it is keeping up. So the oil will actually overfill. So we are good on the oil front, and there's no smaller chest we can put there. Hold on. What if we enable inventory again? Right? There's no other smaller chest that you can put as an intermediate between the oil. Is there? What if I search chest? Right? There's just, yeah, there's just that and this and that and this green one, and then the containers. There's only the gas container. So yeah, I don't see how we could do this. I honestly don't. I kind of was hoping it would be possible, but apparently it's actually just impossible to make a vehicle that can fuel itself with its own craft bot. Well, either way, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I thought this was a cool experiment. It was something that was bothering me. It was just something that, you know, it was suggested by my brother and Cosmo, and Scrapman and I talked about it as well. And it was just one of those things where I was like, I really have to try it. I have to see if it's possible. And of course, if we could do it, it would be cool to actually see if we could make a flyer like that. But of course, it is once again sun setting, because it's always what happens in this game. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What other cool experiments do you want me to try in survival? Like I said, I do want to use my solo world simply for trying different survival experiments that Cosmo and I could use in multiplayer. It's really nice to play with somebody else, and I'm glad Cosmo and I have been doing that series, so I am going to continue that, of course, but this I thought was just such a neat experiment. And yeah, it's definitely gonna lose. It can't keep up with the gas production. It can keep up with the oil, but it can't keep up with the gas. And you can't really make that oil any lighter to use less thrusters. It already uses just way too much. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see y'all next time.